my definition of my role is I have to be, as she says, supportive. I have to be understanding. I have to be willing to be submissive. I have to be willing to understand that this man is going to make the decisions and I'm going to follow him, you know.
I see somebody rolling the eyes over here. Like,
so I have to also understand that, you know, walking into a person's life, some things in my life are going to change because they're not going to want that. Right. And I honestly don't think that as women in this society, we are taught what our roles are. But I also believe that our roles depend on who we choose to mesh with.
Facts.
I see some eyes rolling over here.
I mean, listen, I just feel like me personally, I'm a little bit more aggressive. So all that nigga telling me what to do is out of here. Like, it got to be 50-50.
But that's the thing. He's not a nigga. He's not a nigga. He's your partner. He's the person you're choosing to build with.
No matter. I just feel like if he gets to know me for me and he fucks with who I am, if you really want to be with me and I want to be with you, we're both going to do 50-50.
But he doesn't have to agree to anything that's ignorance. He doesn't, if there's something that you lack, he should be able to tell you, like, no, baby girl, this is how we're going to handle things.
Right, facts.
So that's not a nigga telling you what to do. That's a nigga uplifting you and upgrading you.
All right, welcome back to another episode of Daily Wrap Up Crew. No Manning, but I go by the name of Eli. As always, we got Ace with us.
Yes, indeed. It's Daily Wrap Up Crew. We them guys. We dropping episodes like Jew dropped his fries. You know what I mean? We in here. That's true.
I mean, okay.
That's real. That literally just happened. Usually, I definitely call Cap, but definitely that's real.
Last but not least, we got Jew.
And what it do? We got women all different flavors. I need to stand back before they pull out their tasers. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It rhymes.
All right. Anyway, man. Yo, this is what I'll be talking about.
Yo, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Yo, anyway, we got some special guests in the building. Ladies, let them know where they can follow you at. Yeah, we can start here. Yeah.
Hi, guys. My name is Zenan. You can follow me at ZEENATH.jpeg on IG. And what else was it? I don't know. I'm an artist. Listen out for my music. I just dropped a single, actually, vibey, spicy, pretty, and pricey.
Okay.
And
what that sound? Apple Music, everywhere?
Apple Music, Spotify. Damn, there was a whole list we got that email for. I don't know.
Everywhere.
Every platform.
All major platforms.
Google it. You know, rapping or singing?
Oh,
okay, gotcha.
Okay, next up.
Ooh, we got Big Anna, a.k.a. Anna Love.
Okay.
I'm also an artist.
Mm-hmm.
Feel me? I sing and rap. From Brooklyn. Feel me? I also got a single called Toxic.
Yeah.
Out on all platforms. Already.
Toxic?
Yeah, very.
Yeah, you give all
I got heavy on it.
Heavy on it.
Hey, what's up, y'all? My name is Gabby. You can follow me at GABBAY _ It'll probably be like right there. But yeah.
Okay.
I definitely got to get my
Hey guys, my name is Esme. You can follow me on ESMY_V. I manage talent. I manage everything.
She manages
I'm
that
a
fat ass.
businesswoman.
Mm-hmm. Listen, we appreciate y'all for pulling up. Even though y'all was late, but we ain't gonna talk about that. You know what I'm saying? But you know, you was on time. Y'all was on time. I respect that. I wish other people follow suit, but you know, it's all good. Listen, before we get into these topics, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if y'all not already subscribed, hit that notification bell, man, because I don't be on y'all enough about that notification bell, man. Y'all gotta stay up to date with all the content, all the live streams, all the extra behind the footage, you know what I mean? And cop the merch, Daily Rap.
I was doing that for 10 minutes. I was
getting to it. DailyRapUpCrew.co, you know what I mean?
Logic over feelings, man. That shirt is out now.
That shirt is hard, though. I ain't gonna hold you. Make sure you cop the merch, man. Join the membership, too. I almost forgot about that. I don't know how I almost forgot about it, but join the membership, man. We got a lot of behind-the-scenes footage. We got a great conversation before the show even started. You know what I mean? Exclusive, you know, Ace got his old segment we starting, you know what I mean? Make sure y'all tune in for that. Exclusive interviews. We just got a lot, man. Join the membership. Y'all gonna see everything there. Get into this first topic, right? Is it acceptable for a man, or is it expected for a man to pay for a babysitter for a woman he's talking? And I do want to play this clip that we had on a previous show. Art, you can play that real quick?
Seen a post where it was like, if want to take me out, he got to pay for my babysitter. Why should my baby daddy and me got to pay for my babysitter when you the one that want to take me out?
I'm not going to ask a to pay for my babysitter. I'm expecting you to know to do that for me. So if I notice that you didn't think to do something like that, or you ain't try to like work around that in whichever way, then I'm not messing with you. They're not saying it, they're expecting it. And then they weed you out accordingly. Okay. And that's the way it should be done.
Well, I'll weed you out accordingly too, because if you got kids, I ain't with you.
Nah.
Yo, again, so just to, paraphrase real quick, we had a woman on the show, and she said that, if she has a child and a man wants to take her out, that he should be willing to pay for her babysitter because, she does have a child, and obviously, you want, as the man, you want to take her out. How y'all feel about that sentiment? Do y'all agree, disagree?
I disagree.
I do disagree completely.
Yeah.
I think I definitely disagree. And I think that women who come so aggressive stating that this is what a man is supposed to do lacks men actually doing these things. I think that they use platforms like this and just their general life to talk about what they would like to happen, but doesn't happen. Because any woman who stands on her own and respects herself in that way understands that she has to have things sorted out correctly within her life.
Why are you trying to date?
before
You can't afford a fucking sitter.
Hello.
Right.
Go to work.
Worry about your money, not your pussy for a second, and then figure it out from there. That's number one.
Right.
Number two, it's sweet if a man is like, let me pay for this sitter.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That's very sweet because now you're taking my child and my pocket into consideration. But at the end of the day, it's not expected. It should not be expected. I should be fucking working.
Right.
Feel like you pushing it. Like, you pushing it. Like, why you asking the next man to... You pushing it. Like,
unless
he trying to
been
take you.
Dating for a while.
Yeah, like it's
feel
different.
Like going out and you're like, all right, let me pay for the sitter. Let me try to bribe you out. That's all.
You should have had all them expectations for your baby father.
Right.
Right.
And I ain't gonna hold you. 9 times out of 10, the babysitter is the mama. So what you doing with that bread?
I was gonna say, you don't have family.
What you doing with that bread, shorty? You putting it in your
but
pocket?
out in like, the states where you're just in the boondocks and shit, they don't always have family around, right?
You got somebody. You got somebody downstairs, your
Some
homegirl.
people don't really have nobody.
Right. Worst case scenario.
Well, then your ass don't need to go out.
Blessed,
you better date online. That's what
So where you
Instagram
gonna
is
find a sitter?
for.
You gonna go to Craigslist.com and find a date?
You gonna wait till the baby watches?
You better do a Zoom date.
I think the issue there's a lot of single women that get on sometimes these platforms, and when I hear stuff like that, I don't have kids, so I already don't want to date women with kids. But then when I hear women talk like that specifically, it makes me really not want to date women with kids, because now it's like you put an unnecessary expectation.
Right on me.
I get if I wanted to naturally do that as a gesture. Whenever you're telling me, well, as a man, you're supposed to do that, and X, Y, now it's just a complete turn off, because now I feel like you're putting this unnecessary expectation on me, and I'm not even going to do that unless I want to go out my way. Obviously, that's on me. But if now you're telling me that I have to do it, or you want to weed me out accordingly, that's what she said.
That's what she
I'd rather weed me out then, because clearly I ain't the one for you. You know what I'm saying?
That's
So,
a fact.
Ace, that clip, I believe that was like one of our first viral clips, right? I think that was our very first viral clip. That's what kind of set all of this kind of off for us, man. And I wasn't on that episode, but you was in that clip. You know what I mean? What was your thoughts when that was happening?
The funny thing is, when I brought it up, I didn't think that was going to be her response. Because I said the post was, why me and my baby daddy got to pay for a babysitter if you want to take me out? I thought that was so crazy. I'm like, what? Like, what the fuck y'all made that child? Like, what you mean? I wasn't there for that. You know what I mean? So I didn't expect her to say that at all. But when she said that, and then she was like, we reading y'all out accordingly. I'm like, all right, well, reading y'all out too.
It sounds like the baby daddy's still in the crib. What you mean?
Right.
I just watched the child.
He's the one.
He babysit.
He can't afford a
baby daddy
babysitter.
at? Why he can't watch his scene for the day? Like,
He trying to be outside too.
Nah, he waiting for you to fill her up so she come back to the crib and get smashed by him.
That's crazy.
and bring him some food too.
Oh yeah, the leftovers.
Oh yeah. That to-go plate, that'd be for the baby father. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's but yo, Ju, what's your thoughts? Because you was on that episode too.
I was on an episode, and I'm gonna just leave it at that. But because I know the person, so I just want to say that no woman should have those expectations for a man. Let a man feel comfortable enough to even make that suggestion. I think if a man is really interested in a woman, I don't think I would do that in the beginning for a woman at all, whether she had kids or not. Like, I'm not doing that in the beginning. But if I realize that we can't have time for each other, I might say, hey, you know what? what do I got to do to, make time or get to see you? Should I be able to, you need help with a babysitter or something like that? But to expect it, I can't stand it.
I like that.
Title, you know what I'm saying? Like,
definitely not off the bat. Man. That's crazy.
I agree with all y'all.
She said, I agree. I got nothing different to say. Listen, let me get to this next topic, right? Do most women understand their role in a successful relationship? And I think this topic came up because a lot of times we hear women talk about how much a man should do X, Y, and Z. We always hear, well, a man must provide, he must protect, he must do this, he must do that, X, Y, and Z, right? So we understand women are very vocal about what a man should do and as far as a relationship. But on the other end, when we talk about the woman's role, what a woman should do, then it automatically becomes, well, I'm not your slave. Well, I don't have to cook and clean. Like you could cook and clean as well. Like, you know what I mean? So now the roles is like, a woman's role is now somehow is non-biased to gender now. Now everybody could do it, but a man's role is definitive. Like, you get what I'm saying? So do you think women understand their part in a relationship?
Great delivery.
Man's role is still really dependent right now.
Of course.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think the dynamics change per household, per role, per relationship. What's your definition of a successful relationship?
Right.
I think role depends on it also goes to the person, because not everybody can play the roles that they're supposed to play. So for example, bringing it back to what we just said, if a woman doesn't know her role to play in a relationship, it could be because she didn't grow up knowing how to play a woman's role. She could have been raised to play, both roles, or the man's role or the masculine role. So I think it goes to say how not everybody can play the role that people expect them to play.
I mean, but a man is expected to fill in the shoes that he would have to do. He would still have to provide, protect. Those are general things that women are already asking for off rip. And we have to show that up front because when we pay to take y'all out, and if somebody fucking with y'all at the same time, we got to protect at the same time. So, I mean, I don't want us to avoid the question. I get what y'all saying about the roles, but all right, what do you ladies think a woman role is in a relationship? Let's go through that, and then y'all can split the question.
Support.
I don't know. I feel
Emotional.
I
That
think
goes both ways.
I think
I feel like it's 50-50.
This is what I was talking about earlier.
I'm gonna say something.
There you have it.
Okay.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say that in my last relationship, I actually walked into that relationship thinking that I was a table fool. I walked into that relationship thinking that, my role was I'm a boss bitch and I'm handling things, so you have to do things the way I see them. And then I learned very quickly when that relationship went south that I needed to, humble myself and understand what my role actually was. So I took a sabbatical to understand, what my role as a woman. So my definition of my role is I have to be, as she says, supportive. I have to be understanding. I have to be willing to be submissive. I have to be willing to understand that this man is going to make the decisions and I'm going to follow him, I
see somebody rolling the eyes over here.
So I have to also understand that, walking into a person's life, some things in my life are going to change because they're not going to want that. Right. And I honestly don't think that as women in this society, we are taught what our roles are. But I also believe that our roles depend on who we choose to mesh with.
Facts.
I see some eyes rolling over here.
I mean, listen, I just feel like me personally, I'm a little bit more aggressive. So all that nigga telling me what to do is out of here. Like, it got to be 50-50.
But that's the thing. He's not a nigga. He's not a nigga. He's your partner. He's the person you're choosing to build with.
No matter. I just feel like if he gets to know me for me and he fucks with who I am, if you really want to be with me and I want to be with you, we're both going to do 50-50.
But he doesn't have to agree to anything that's ignorance. He doesn't, if there's something that you lack, he should be able to tell you, like, no, baby girl, this is how we're going to handle things.
Facts.
So that's not a nigga telling you what to do. That's a nigga uplifting you and upgrading you.
I don't know. Like, I don't know how to explain it. It's hard.
No, I get it. You a thug. You know what I'm saying? You want to tell him what to do.
I'm just
you want a doja.
A lot of guys be...
It has
to
be how you tell the person or how you deliver.
Right.
So if you deliver in a way where it's telling you like, yo, this is what the fuck I'm telling you and it is what it is, then it's like, damn, why you coming at me like that?
But look, it will always come off that way because she already approached the situation saying she a thug, she a gangster.
Well, that depends on the person.
I'm a little bit aggressive.
Yeah, well, aggressive. Thug, gangster, aggressive. But no man want to approach his...
But
I just want to know, like, what kind of man do you want, though? Do you want the bitch-made niggas that you talk about? or do you want a man that's a real man, basically? Because a real man is not going to deal with that attitude. I'm letting you know that right now.
Oh, man.
So eventually, if you want to be in a real successful relationship,
in the future,
you
if I
gotta change
decide to be with a guy,
Right.
a man in the future, when I'm like 40,
right? Because some of us don't want a man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, so
some of us want women.
You don't want a family. You don't want children to know that. You don't want
I
that.
never said that. I'm
asking,
saying,
I'm
you know,
asking.
later
40?
Later on in the future,
What
if
you
I
doing
see
at 40?
myself,
That coochie ain't popping out no kid at 40 though.
What you?
I mean, it
my
happens.
mom had a
And
kid.
I'm saying the chances are slim. I'm not saying it's not happening, but it's slim.
Your child ain't working that
all I'm gonna say is a lot of these artists, female artists, popped the kid at a very old age. So
what? A lot of what artists? You mean like Nicki and all them?
Look at Nicki.
They got money.
They got surrogate money. Like, you know what I'm saying? They ain't got to pop that.
They got the best doctors.
Who said I won't have money later on in my 40s?
Yeah, but you banking on that. But you got to bank on what's more realistic. I'm not saying that you can make it.
And she
but
will.
I'm saying you got to bank on what's more realistic. Like, are you going to be the next Nicki Minaj? I don't know.
I'm going to be in a love.
But-
I'm going to be the next in a love.
Okay, all right. Cool.
You still want to invest and find out the right partner, and with you finding that right partner, you got to have the right personality, response back to a person. Like,
see, I think that's where it becomes a little tricky because how old are you? If you want me asking?
Your name Ace.
21.
20. Okay, see,
that's what it is.
No, because I want to make a point. You just be asking. You don't even have a follow up. You just want to be nosy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't even got a follow up. But again, you know, you are younger, so when you have this mentality like I'm aggressive, X, Y, and Z. You know, you develop these traits as you get older. Now you in your 30s, you know what I mean? You probably have dealt with, now you have all this trauma now because you probably have dealt with toxic men or men that you feel like they have to be equally as aggressive as you just to match your energy or make you feel like X, Y, and Z. And now you're talking about, you know, you don't even want to be in a relationship until you're 40. Like, you get what I'm saying? So, like, how does that even work for the average man out here? Like, you know what I'm saying?
I feel like the right guy, men for me, they will have to just like
listen to you.
Just, I wouldn't say humble me because I'm very humble.
Bring out your femininity.
But just bring out, yes. And,
But how?
Yes, but like not being rude, not being like on some like sweet thing, like make me understand like where you coming from. Like just, you feel me?
You
like,
can't expect someone to come at you in that way if you're not reciprocating that or if you're not willing. It's like people out here, they ask for love, but then when love is given to them, they don't even know what to do with it. So you can't walk around here aggressive as hell. You can't walk around here aggressive as hell, you know, because already you creating that persona. So when a man walks up to you, that's all he wants. You know what I'm saying? He's not gonna be gentle because from the gate, you fucking him over. Like from the gate, you making him feel like he gotta come at you a certain way because he gotta protect himself. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like there's so many women out here. Yeah, there's so many women out here just.
My fault, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say like there's so many women out here just downgrading a man and taking away from their manlyhood, and then we want to say this is what you're supposed to do, but we're not even letting them do what they're supposed to do.
Yeah. So you might be chasing on the man that you really want by bringing that as, you know what I mean, your shell. That's when he's first meeting, and that might deter him from wanting to be with you or getting to know you under that shell, basically.
I just feel like everybody should just be honest, and you know, like I'm willing to do this.
You were honest, but that's one quality you got to understand. You can't start off saying, "Hey, well, I'm aggressive. You got to deal with this."
Oh no,
that's your honesty, but you got to take that out. A man don't want to approach a woman and find out she's aggressive.
Like you say, you're young, so you gonna grow and learn, but everybody got to work on themselves at the end of the day. So, you know what I mean? When you grow, you learn to mature, and you know what I mean, hopefully it's before 40. You know what I mean?
Let's hope. Yeah, she got time.
Yeah.
Listen, let me get to this next topic. Do y'all think more men is there more competition for men than there ever was, or do you think more women have more options than they ever did? Which, if you had to choose one, which one do y'all think it is?
Ooh.
Wipe the dust off?
This is the same question.
Kind of, sort of, but one is more. I would say that one would make more sense than the other. Like if you had to choose.
Competition for men.
Mm-hmm. Do men have more competition than they ever had, or do women just have more options than they ever had?
I believe.
Like in this
So which one?
in this
They're the same
generation,
question.
it's a lot
You got to pick one.
Two.
The second one. So women just have more options than they ever had. Like,
Yes.
okay, why you say that? Why you think that?
Because men have more competition than they've ever Just kidding. Sorry.
She was serious. She meant that.
She was waiting for that one.
Sorry, go ahead. No. I don't.
She don't
Okay.
I think
I'll break this down.
I'ma
It makes sense to me. So
I would say that I think women have more competition because
More options.
options.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well,
Listen, this is why.
Because I was gonna say I feel like women have more competitions because now men are looking for women like not only like what you could like if you could cook and clean, like they want you to have brains, like you gotta be able to.
That came out wrong. She meant like
total different question.
They want you to
Yeah.
they want you to be smart, I believe. No guy want a dumb girl. They want you to be able to, bring something to they just don't want like the girl that's like la 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 walking around.
With a fat butt.
So exactly. So I feel like women have more competition because now there's girls out here getting their degrees and they influencers, but they also got their masters and they doing this, that. So I feel like girls have more competition, but I know that kind of wasn't the question.
I think
I'll give you guys an idea of what he's saying. So I believe men have more competition because we got to go against women dating women fucking vibrators, women fucking multiple men. So there's multiple reasons why it's harder for a man to, gain access to a woman solely. You get what I'm saying? You got to share her with Dildo 3000, the shower rod, you know what I'm saying? It's just so much things that, and it's hard because, women, I don't know if they could just, I'm believing now that I don't believe that, how they say men can't settle on one person? I'm believing that women now cannot settle on one person at this point. It's scary, but to me, that's the sad truth that I believe in that.
Yeah, I feel like that's fact. I ain't gonna lie.
I do believe men have more competition, but I don't believe women got more options.
That's a fact.
Not great options.
That's a fact.
Or valid options. Like they think they got options, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Because social media give you the illusion that you got
false
options.
perception.
You know what I mean? But so there's more competition. Like we get into that argument. I got blue checks in my DM.
Mm-hmm.
What them blue checks gonna do with you?
What they gonna do for you?
And that's it. You know what I mean? So
booty clapping sounds.
So it's more competition, but I don't think it's valuable options.
Great point.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with the fellas. I think there's more competition. Men have way more competition than they ever did. Back in the day, a man only had to compete with the men in his neighborhood. Not even in his city because they didn't even have access to their whole city. They just had access to their neighborhood. Like you get what I'm saying? Nowadays, you got to compete with your neighbor. You got to compete with your borough. You got to compete with your city. You know what I mean? So, and then obviously the toys and the women. You got to compete with the women. Like you know what I'm saying?
They homegirls. You can be in with homegirls. You know what I mean?
Too. So it's a lot more.
You got niggas in India talking about I would give you
and there's no boundaries
my bills.
You know what I mean? They out here.
Yeah, exactly. So again, I think men just have more, and women obviously they have options, but I think if I had to choose between one or the other, I think men have way more competition than they ever had in human history. I believe, like you know what I'm saying, like.
You think women got more competition as well, like she said? Because I heard your point, but sometimes the educated women don't be, great options, for relationships.
What?
I don't think so.
That is fair. That's fair.
I feel like nowadays guys are looking for women who are bringing more to the table than just like
pussy,
bare minimum. Yeah. I feel like there's something more. Like if you have a girl that could cook clean, she got good pussy. You got another one that cook clean, got good pussy, but she's also smart. I'm gonna go with this one. I'm not gonna go with that one. So I feel like guys are looking for more than just like the bare. As they should. I feel.
For sure.
I just think that pussy is so readily available that it's like if you don't give up the pussy, then fuck you. You know what I mean? So I feel like women. It's just like you in the middle and just grab what you can. I feel like, being a woman of substance and value doesn't really matter too much nowadays because the other women are just giving the pussy up like it's fucking hotcakes.
I think it matters
were saying
to the right
earlier
man.
that when you was in a relationship that you had the attitude that you had was your way or the highway, basically.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So that's why I was saying sometimes when you come with that boss bitch attitude, it don't be great for relationships.
Right.
Yeah, and I don't bail women out when they say there's more access, men just have more access, because there's a term called incels that we use to describe men that can't get, they can't get sex from women. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Now the men that are, that are attracted, that women find at least attractive or have game, yeah, those men have they have options at those women. But not you act like you could just walk down a block and any random dude could be like, you know what, I want the pussy right there.
You
like,
just need a
saying?
nice
Like,
car. You just need a nice car nowadays, some bottles and some money.
Readily accessible. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
and he still ain't get the pussy. He could be splurging all that money, and she got that nigga dick out just waiting. Like, damn, when I'm gonna get some pussy? Like, niggas be having their dick out and getting out to fuck nothing.
All that means you gonna be saving the phone as nigga with the nice car. Like, so whenever she need a ride somewhere, she need
I believe that there's only a certain percentage of women who actually do that. I think that most women are just captivated by the flash. So I think a lot of women who say they're not giving it up, y'all
ever hear like that? There's like this statistic that goes around that says the minority of men are going around and impregnating the majority of women. You know what I mean? Like, so they say like it's 16 to 20% of all men are pregnant and are impregnating like 70 to 80% of all women. Like, this is why you see someone with, one guy with multiple baby mamas. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's one guy, you know what I'm saying, with impregnating multiple women. Like, you get what I'm saying? So that means the other guys out here really not getting that access to the pussy like that 17 to 20% of guys. If that, like, you know what I'm saying? That maybe that number is even a little too high.
Can't
You know
really
what I'm saying?
trust statistics.
I mean, then what can you trust? Your feelings? Like,
I mean, that's just a small percentage.
Right, and then there's variable. You gotta break it down.
Man, men lie, women lie. Numbers.
Actually, no, I don't know. Numbers, we live in a different area. Like, numbers do be lying.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Numbers lie.
Come on, bro. You know, niggas be boosting their album sales, talking about, I got the number one album. Like, you know,
Yeah,
but also you gotta
numbers,
think.
like, you know what I'm
That's
saying?
true. You gotta think that back before social media was like a real thing. They were the women that were actually, fucking and having babies, and like now there's something wrong with that, because now social media says don't fuck these fuck niggas. You know what I'm saying? So now social media is providing some type of knowledge. They're telling the lady, only fuck guys who have money. You know what I mean?
That's
so like, it's
stupid.
it is. But what I'm saying is that we evolving based on social media and based on trends.
Yeah.
Which is horrible.
Yeah.
Oh no, absolutely.
I'd rather you go with the old logic and find out your way than to listen to these shorties online.
Dude, what's the old logic?
That's why.
Take the risk rather than being a follower.
Facts.
People made their own decision. You know what I'm saying? Which was poor. You get what I'm saying? But you get what I'm saying? They had poor decision making. But rather than following what a leader might be, I don't know.
But I think that just goes back to, because that go back to the whole hypergamous thing. Like, we always say women are hypergamous. So to them, they look at a man with money as somebody that can provide for them and their children, supposedly. Like,
they need to switch that
it,
definition up
like,
for what they're looking for, though.
I agree.
Yeah, so I mean, before we get into this next topic, man, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, cop the merch. You know what I mean? I got to get excited about that.
You know what I'm saying?
Logical or feelings, like, you know what I mean? That's what we try to
DailyRapUpCrew.com.
Who always say that?
I do. Well, not logical or feelings, but I would say men think with logic and women think with emotions, if we can balance that.
Yeah, I mean, that is fair. Like, you know what I mean? Getting into this next topic, why do you think people are so focused on trying to change a person rather than vetting the right one out appropriately? When it comes to dating,
fun.
It's fun to try to change a person.
I feel like people who try to do that, they're trying to like not really think about the problems that they have, and they just trying to pour themselves into somebody else and try to fix somebody else instead of dealing with what they got. Some people, they really do enjoy like fixing people, or they seek for people who are broken so that they can feel better as themselves. So
and maybe not pay much attention to what they need to fix about themselves.
I feel like people that try to do that are like stuck with this one person that they once had in their life, and they're looking for that one person in other people, so they try to like change the person into that one person that they was once with. That's what I really think it really is about.
Yeah, I definitely feel like when you want to seek validation it's easier to get it from someone who you feel like is less than you.
Exactly.
Because now you're being worshipped, you're being honored, you're being loved. And I think that so many people are scared of getting hurt that they rather settle for the mediocrity.
Right.
That's fair. What's your thoughts on this, Ace?
I think people fall in love with certain traits, and like so they, like men, they would see a baddie, right, and they want her to be the good nerdy girl. You know what I mean? So you trying to turn this baddie into this good nerdy girl? That would be the perfect girl for you, but that's not who she is.
Right.
The nerdy girl got that the personality you want, but you want that personality in this person. So I think that's why they try to meet this person and shape them into what they want personality wise, because individual creatures. So you know what I mean? Yeah.
Drew, what's your thoughts?
I think mostly people are just afraid of starting over. I feel like they don't want. They feel like they built this person, or they feel like they're getting closer to building this person to be their complete person, and they don't want them to. Because you ever see when somebody break up and they go to the next person, they exactly what you wanted them to be, but they that for the next person. So a lot of people are just afraid of that, and I think that's just what a lot of people just hold on, trying to change somebody and hope that they'll be the person that they wanted them to be.
Yeah, I think basically everything I said. I think there's a thing called optimism bias, like where people just want to be optimistic about this person and hope they're going to change. There's also that fear, like I said, that fear of starting over. Like, I invested all this emotional time with this person. We dated for 3-5 years. I can't just, I don't want to just give up and start over, because starting over is tough, man. Now you got to get to re-know. You got to get to re-know somebody. You got to see if they sexually compatible with you again. But not even again, but just in general. Like, they might not be. Like, you get what I'm saying? So it's like, all right, there's some flaws here, and they toxic, but I can kind of work with it. They can kind of change. Like,
you get comfortable.
Yeah, you get comfortable with that. You know what I mean? I think there's a lot of societal, factors that go into it too. Like, you know what I mean? I don't think we are taught in society how to vet, the right person out properly. Like, you know what I mean? We always go into this trial and error type of situation, maybe because, like Keem said, she looked good, so we trying to transform her into, and not to say like that because we live in a different society nowadays like that, but we try to, work her into the woman that we want to be. A woman will see a guy who looks like he's financially stable, or he got the, the foreigns or this, that, and the third. So it's like, okay, well, he might not be the greatest looking, but he has this money, so I could work with everything else. But, obviously there's some toxic factors that, come in there, but it's like that fear of starting over, it's tough. I'm not going to lie to you.
What do we, how long do we stay and we say, you realize that this person not making these changes? Like, you stay there and you're trying to repair it, make them understand. It gets to the point where they say, okay, I know what you mad at. I'm trying, but there's nothing changing. At what point do you say, okay, fuck this, I'm not doing this no more?
We had a show on Old Girls talking about all these different terms that like kinetic flame and twin flame. Even when we know a person is toxic, now we try to justify, well, you just my toxic flame twin or whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's all these different, like, what was it, twin flame or something?
Twin flame mean the person is not good for you, but you still, y'all got great, good sex.
Yeah, something.
I think that's why I took a break though. Because
no.
You said what?
What?
Y'all got sexual chemistry, but y'all know you're not bad for this shit.
For?
It's called
a person?
Yeah.
I don't know.
They're making excuses.
Why are there so many fucking labels?
That's what I'm saying. We put these labels on to try to make ourselves feel special.
I need to learn them before I get canceled.
I'm gonna let you know, men are not making these labels up.
Wow.
Men are not making these.
How do you know if it's a man or not?
No, because look, I would like if a woman is gonna give me her pussy and be like, yeah, you my twin flame. I know we not supposed to be together. Yeah, we twinning while I'm getting in your ribs. Like, I don't give a fuck. Like, yeah, twins.
Yeah, that's crazy.
What are you talking about?
Like, again, I just think it just comes down. You said how long should somebody like stay or
like at what point do we realize?
Shit.
When everyone
I'm gonna tell you this,
you're a dumbass. When you start telling the person,
people tell you.
When you start telling the person,
I've
that's
been
what you get.
a repeat offender. Like, honestly, I'm 37 years old and I did that all my life. Like, and I would say I've had good relationships because the men were good, but they weren't what I wanted. Like honestly, like what I feel like I should be building with. So like in every relationship, it was just like, oh, he doesn't have this, but maybe if I try enough, or maybe if I walk like this, you know what I mean? And I was always unsatisfied. And in my last relationship, like we that was my dog, that was my friend, that was my homie. We made money together. But I knew every day when I woke up that I was empty.
OnlyFans?
Huh?
Yeah, had OnlyFans?
Did I have an OnlyFans?
Yeah, you said y'all made money together. Y'all had OnlyFans?
No, we actually traded and showed people how to trade. But
yo, he's dumb.
Right?
Yeah.
Yo.
I mean,
only job.
Damn, that's
we live in a different era
You have a
nowadays,
dirty
you know what I'm
mind.
saying? We live in a different era
I just said I'm
nowadays.
37. You know what I'm saying? I'm very old school. But you know, I was waking up to this man who was great on paper, but I was empty. You know what I'm saying? I didn't feel fulfilled. We would go on vacations together, and I was still empty. Like this is not my future. And I stayed because I was so comfortable. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to choosing what I wanted.
So what was wrong with him?
What was wrong with he was my homie. You know what I'm saying?
You didn't have like a romantic.
There was really no romance. Like,
Like,
we were fucking because I liked sex, not because
You were attracted to him, or
You do?
Nigga said, we're going to get back to the notes. We got your notes.
She had a 2-year strike, y'all, for sex, but she likes sex. But shout out to you.
that's
Shout out
why
to
I
you,
made.
like,
But that's why I made the decision that I made, because I've always been a fixer. Like, you tell me this is what you want to do, and I'm like, I know how to make it happen. You know what I mean? And I haven't, in my relationships, I haven't received that. I haven't had any man level me up and say, okay, this is what you got to do. Let me teach you. You know what I mean? I've had men who have provided the way, like, here's the money, but taught me, like, intellectually, like, can I hold this down if you're not here? I've never had that. But when I left a man, his life was good because I showed you, you know what I'm saying, how to build yourself up. I've never had that. So when that relationship was over, when I realized, and we sat down and we talked, and I was like, yo, I'm not fulfilled. You know what I'm saying? I know that I'm not the woman that's going to make you the man you want to be, and vice versa.
Do you think you had that issue because would you say that you know what you want when you get into a relationship? And do you express
I was never
that?
I was never clear about it. So I went all my life without actually having a clear picture of what I needed.
Yeah, I think that's an issue with a lot of women. They date guys and you don't know what you truly want. Like, I think most men know what they want from beginning to end. Like, we all want a woman that looks good, that's fit, beautiful, you know, cook, peaceful, respect the man. It's just like across the board. Loyalty. We know we want that across the board. Like, when women, you guys don't know what y'all want. That's why y'all keep adding shit to the list every 2 weeks or some shit like, oh, a nigga could be good in this department, but once you see something else that you might want, we ain't know that was on your list. We ain't know you wanted that because it's not communicated to us. We don't.
Now he got to be Eddie Murphy and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's why I took that break, though. And I feel like when I took that break and I actually got clear, it's been so fulfilling not to be in a situation with a man, because now I really know what it is that I want, and I don't have to fuck nobody over. Like,
You want to teach her?
Yeah.
Well, we also did have a woman on the show who said that, you know, she never dated a guy that made more than her because she wanted to feel like she was in control of the situation. No. So I know men do the same thing. Sometimes we put ourselves in situations with women where we know that we can either fix them up, you know, and make them into the person that we want them to be, or, you know, they have to rely on us because, because of the position that you're in financially or whatever the case is, you know what I mean? Which I think obviously is toxic, you know what I mean? So
I do think is one more issue that I want to bring up, and I'm glad you're here and you mentioned your age. Like, why do men have to wait for women to be a woman of your age? When they say women mature, faster than men, why do we have to wait for you to get to of your age for women to actually understand their value, what they want, and what they should be bringing in a relationship? Because you said your demeanor as a younger woman was a little fucked up in a relationship, but now you're mature enough to put yourself aside, fix yourself, and then reapproach the relationship shit healed now.
I think
and real quick before you answer that, when did you come to that realization? Like, at what age do you think you came to that?
So I'm just gonna start from this question.
Yeah.
I was in foster care. I didn't have a strong upbringing. I didn't have any women that can actually lead me.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody ever told me, like, this is how you're supposed to be gentle. I always had to take care of myself. I had a kid when I was 14 years old, and I had a lot of trauma. So I kind of just, for a long time, I kind of winged life. Like, just winging it. Like, all right, let's keep it moving. And
Gotcha.
then I got to the point when I was actually like financially stable and my daughter was grown and I actually got to sit down and breathe. I wasn't hustling anymore. You know what I mean? I wasn't just surviving. I actually started existing and living and understanding like, wow, this feels good. This feels nice. You know what I mean? Outside from a person. So that's when I made that choice. And I was 33, you know, sadly.
Yeah. But I would also like to say, a lot of us men were raised without fathers in our home. And we never got the opportunity to say to a woman, hey, I have no daddy. And I grew up, I ain't have neither parents growing up. I lived on my own since I was 14. So I lived at his crib. I stayed with him sometimes. So I never got the chance to say, hey, you know what? My upbringing was bad. No woman cared about any of those flaws. You get what I'm saying? So
you would still expect to be a leader.
Yeah, we're still
masculine,
expected that.
Yeah.
And I understand and I respect that you even had this growth. But we got to get to the point where we still know what's right and we still know what's wrong. We still know morals. We still know we got to hold women to the same standards that we hold men to so we can grow quicker and better. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to find a woman at 33, 34, 40 plus and then say, oh, now I could get to find me a real woman because she knows better. Especially when we say in society that women mature faster. We've been shitting on men for getting
depends on the women you're dating, surrounding yourself with, your environment.
Being mature doesn't make you a good woman. You know, let's get that right.
No, but it's a start. It's a start somewhere, right? Because you supposedly you have the knowledge, or you would have the knowledge because y'all developed everything faster than men, right?
But why you say being mature doesn't make you a good woman?
It doesn't make you a good woman because being mature just means that you know how to handle situations. That doesn't mean that I'm going to know how to cook. That doesn't mean that I know how to hold the household or I know how to take care of you.
Maturity comes with a lot of great qualities, like
absolutely.
holding yourself accountable. So if you don't know how to cook, I will learn to cook.
No, absolutely. I'm absolutely, but I definitely want to make the clarification that I felt like I was a good woman within what I needed to be for that relationship. You know what I mean? But was I being a good woman to myself? I wasn't, because I wasn't intaking what I needed to intake. You know what I mean? I was.
And you didn't know what you wanted.
I didn't know what I wanted.
Exactly.
I didn't know what I don't even know what to expect. You know what I'm saying?
I agree with that too.
Listen, I do appreciate you sharing that with us.
Yeah, definitely.
Let me get to this next topic because I know y'all gonna get real spicy on this one. Do y'all feel like people use the word, and I don't want to say people, I want to be very specific. Do y'all feel like women use the word narcissist too loosely? And I need you to start this one off because you over there with the spirit snaps and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
so, that word is a very strong word.
Sensational.
Let's start right there. And sometimes it be themselves that be telling people, "Oh, you're a narcissist," and they're a narcissist too.
So it takes one to know one, basically.
Yes, but not all the time.
Okay,
not all the time.
Just now when you said,
not all the time.
What is a narcissist?
I think a narcissist.
The textbook definition.
Okay. So that's basically like a person.
Yeah, can we get a textbook definition?
It's basically like a person that is dumb. It's about dumb, and they're never wrong. It's like they think they're always right, even when they're wrong.
So if you're controlling, you're a narcissist,
and they're trying to blame you for something that they did, even though they know they did it. It's really deep.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna say that the word gaslighting and narcissist, I feel like that shit is a trend. Like nobody really knows what the fuck pertains to it. People just say it because it sounds good. It's just like people say, "Oh, self-love," and you ain't never self-love yourself ever. You know what I'm saying? Like people just say shit just to say it. Like that's what I'm gonna say about it.
Appreciate
the word is.
The trending word.
I know the meaning behind it, so I know when I'm gonna say it.
What's the definition?
Okay, so the definition is pretty loose. A person who has an excessive interest in or admiration of themselves. But traits include sense of self-importance, preoccupation with power, beauty, or success. Entitlement can only be around people who are important or special, interpersonally exploitive of their own gain, arrogant, lack empathy, must be admired.
A Scorpio.
Is it a photo of a woman on that dictionary?
No.
Oh, shit.
That's a Scorpio, a Libra, and a Gemini.
That sounds like a woman to me.
It was a couple of those bulletins on it that I said that sounds.
I'm not gonna lie. I've met a couple of people that are narcissistic, and the worst one that I've ever met was a female, but that shit was crazy. I ain't gonna lie, I almost punched the bitch in her face because it was real bad. And I used to work with the bitch. I had to.
Heavy on the B word.
You know who I'm talking about.
She looked at her eyes like.
Charming though.
What?
And they're like,
public, narcissistic people are supposed to come off charming.
they
To personal relationships,
That-
they are
Bad. Okay, I get what you're saying.
they're a completely different human being. They make people feel uncomfortable. They are desensitized to everything.
That's a lot of
belittle
fucking
you. They
people.
belittle
That's a
you.
lot of
They
fucking
belittle
very
you
manipulative.
and manipulative. OD. Like this one girl that woman that I'm talking about. Like
she's very angry.
co-worker, work with her.
You might as well
and-
name drop her at this point.
and-
You know what I'm saying? Like, let her
nah,
know
'cause she be
is, like,
watching
What's
me.
her
Chill out.
IG tag?
She be watching me. And we will go
She better
out or
DM me.
whatever. And like, I'm talking and she'll come and like, oh yeah, you know, like for me, like da da
I
da
think
da.
that's just annoying. That's not narcissistic.
And no, it really is because even when she's wrong, like she still thought she was right. Like, but you're not right.
Ignorant. That's stupid.
That sounds like Terrence Howard on a 50 Cent movie.
Like-
when I'm wrong,
And
it's
she
like I'm
always
right.
wanted to be the shine. She always wanted to be like the it girl. Like always the it. Like sit the fuck down somewhere. You're doing too much.
Therapy.
I think people definitely use that word. Women use that word way too loosely, man. Like, It's just like, you know. I think don't they say you have to like somebody has to medically like diagnose somebody as a narcissist.
Yeah.
Like you can't just
disorder.
it's a mental disorder. Like you know what I'm saying. Like it's
Yeah.
not just you look at because they don't agree with you. Yeah, he a narcissist. Or because they don't do something that you want them to do. Oh yeah, he a narcissist. Y'all
No,
be throwing that
yeah.
way too loosely. Like you know what I'm
I feel
saying.
like,
I agree.
you just saying that just to say it. You
But
weird.
I do think women do just say it to say it. Like it's just another way to be like to just prove
Just
their
call
point
them.
that nigga ain't shit for the moment. Just
Oh, you
throw
asked
that in.
why you broke up with why your last relationship fell? Oh, he was a narcissist. I'm like,
Right.
He
okay.
always gaslit me. I don't know.
I hate those
Yeah.
words.
Yeah, he's a
I still don't
narcissist.
know what that shit means.
Women tend to
I don't
use
think
the
I ever
same.
used that in my life though.
Women tend to
have.
use the same answer for everything. Just like when you ask them to explain what's sassy, they say when a nigga asks for flowers because you want flowers. Like every woman is saying that now. It's like every man is a narcissist. Everything y'all all say this. It's like y'all meet up. Y'all go into this club and y'all say, "Yo, we gonna
It's a
say
group
it."
chat.
It's a group. Yeah,
It does
it's a
start with
world.
a
It's
trend,
global.
Every two.
Get out of there. That's a get out
We
moment.
need to just delete that fucking word. It's over.
Mhm.
Yeah, they're just gonna replace it with another word. Like you know what I'm
Right.
saying. Like how much time we got left? Got you. Let me get to this next topic, right? Hit that like button, man. I ain't gonna hold you. Like, and if y'all not subscribed, make sure y'all subscribe and hit that notification bell, man. Cop the merch, Daily Rap Crew. I gotta plug that in. DailyRapUpCrew.co.
Yeah.
Let me get to this next topic, right? Do you think that people, your people closest to you, harbor the most animosity towards you?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, dang, yeah. Okay, go off. Then,
What's this,
man,
Family
you know
Feud?
Go first.
we need to buzz it, like you know what I'm saying.
I
Like,
just feel like people that are very close to you tend to think they know you so well, so they hinder you from growing and changing because they'll tend to be like, oh, but you wasn't doing that, and it brings negativity back. And that's, I know I might sound like I'm projecting right now, but that does tend to happen. People will know you so well and be around you for so long that all of a sudden you're growing and you're meeting new people, you're learning new things.
Now you're doing too much.
And now all of a
You're doing too
sudden,
much.
And you
you're
fake.
a different person. All of a sudden, you're not the person that you used to be. So it either scares them, intimidates them, whatever it is. But yes,
Everybody
agree.
wants you to do good, but not better than them. Especially when you guys are all in the same environment. So when you start to actually grow out of that and spread your wings, then it becomes an issue. And of course, it has to be the people closer to you because they're the people who have been around. So they feel kind of like entitled to telling you how to move and where to move and who to be with. So I know that when I changed my lifestyle, I lost a lot of people that I thought were my friends and would be there forever.
Kind of piggybacking off of what she said, I feel like when you have your friendship, your friend group, they just always feel like that's where y'all should be. And they feel like people surround themselves most of the time around people that they feel like is on their level. So once they feel like you're aboving or going above the level that you guys are once on, then I feel like that's when the animosity starts to build. Because it's like, damn, bitch, like you wasn't doing that before. You wasn't moving like that before. So they don't kind of want you to like, to move up. Because then it's like making them question themselves like, damn, what am I not doing? Like, how am I not at that level? So
and you notice it when it's your people.
You notice
because you're around them. Like for me, I don't care about what people outside say because they haven't built with me. They haven't seen me cry. They haven't seen me experience anything. So they're gonna make assumptions. That's clear. But people who have actually built with me and they have nothing but negative things to bring into my life, like you hate, like you're the problem. You gotta go.
I feel like
you damn narcissist.
Nah, I feel like honestly, what was the question again? I know it has to do with like.
Do you think the people closest to you?
Oh yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I got this one family member.
What?
I'm not gonna say no names.
All of her examples are very specific.
Very specific. She's coming for you.
Yeah, I'm coming for you. And you gonna see this. You gonna see this.
Is this family member also the same coworker?
No.
Oh, all right. I'm about to say.
Nah. So like, ever since I was little, I always been like the grandma's girl. Like, I was the first granddaughter, first grandkid, whatever. So it was like always something with this person, you know? And growing up, we will argue. Growing up, we will argue. And like the person will bring up stuff that has nothing to do with what we are arguing about.
They're
like, bitch, you're weird. Like, cause this, that, and the third, cause you a hater. Mind you, I had everything I ever wanted, and you haven't. So that's what. Once I noticed that, and I was still looking out for this person, trying to be for that person, even knowing what was going on, and then it came to a point where like the person did some crazy shit. I was like, yeah, nah, I can't. I gotta remove myself. I have to because it was coming to a point where it was like hurting me. I had to remove, yes, and I had to remove myself. Even after removing myself, the person was still going, hitting, trying, but you can't get to me.
Can't touch me, bitch.
You can't get to me, bitch.
I find it common sometimes in relationship when people outgrow their partner.
Oh yeah.
And then I'll even use this one girl I used to mess with. I'm gonna tell you about her. She was like, you know what I'm saying? I was growing. I was becoming a better me. And she said, oh, now you wash your ass every day. Oh, now you know how to cook. Oh, now you reading books now, nigga.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I do find it that people would like always like to hate on your growth sometimes.
Yeah.
And it be the people that you trust and you value their opinion.
And you want them to grow too, right?
She also work with you?
Yeah, right.
I don't know. Let me get back to you. I don't know.
You're very selective in what he say. They watch it. Say it with your chest.
Motherfucker walking on eggshells over here. Like that's true. Like when you talk about animosity, there's a strong feeling of dislike or hatred. Like what I mean? I even dislike the term. You know, when you're doing good and they're like, oh, I see you with your little car. That's
little whatever.
That's hate. That's low hate right there.
Like
you know what I'm saying?
I don't know if you guys believe in evil eye. I don't know if you guys believe in Nazar in Indian culture. That's what we call it. But when you point out something that's new and you say it in that tone,
right?
Yeah, that's evil eye. That's a sense of evil eye. Or if you're not gonna bless it right after. So in my household and anyone that's around me, we don't ever say like, oh, look at your little car, or oh, look at you. We don't comment like that.
Shout out to all the people that say, oh, I see your little podcast getting some numbers.
Mashallah. Podcast getting numbers, mashallah.
Mashallah.
The big one, not the little one.
But that is true. That it's always the people because the people that's when they say like, the people that stab you in the back or the ones that's closest to you that stab you in the back, it hurts the most. Yeah, those hurt more because those are the people you feel like they always supported you, and now you would think that they have your best interest and they want to see you elevate, but it's like, damn. And I'm gonna say before Ace said, because you always love to say it, it's that crab in the barrel mentality.
That's a fact,
Motherfuckers don't want to see you, elevate. You know what I mean? And you don't have to be angry at the next person. Like you should genuinely, if that's your people, you should want to see them elevate. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And honestly, it should motivate you to want to elevate yourself. So, you know what I mean? So what's your thoughts on this? I know everybody else said it.
I just said, I ain't gonna lie, man. But I just want to piggyback on what she was saying. Like, when you see somebody leveling up, it kind of makes you look at yourself. You know what I mean? So a lot of people don't like to be average. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people are average. So when that person is leveling up, you come to realize, damn, I'm an average nigga. Like, you know what I mean? So when you come to that realization, I think that's when the animosity forms. And like even like in the podcast, you see we get support from people that don't know us more from the people that do know us. I find that shit to be so crazy. Like our biggest supporters is people we just met last year or a year before, and we knew people for years and years. And they
like, we know people personally. Like you, I know you personally. Don't even share our shit. Like,
I have yet to make money with anybody that I grew up with. Yet.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
You're right.
I just met her like not that long ago. And we making money.
That's crazy.
And I've had friends for decades, and all they say is like, "Oh, you always outside. You always, just complaining about my lifestyle." But y'all wasn't saying that when I was busting my ass working 3 jobs and couldn't see nobody. Your response then was like, "Yo, you never got time." You know what I'm saying? Now I'm making my own moves, and now I got time, and now you mad.
I feel like some people can't just come to the realization that people grow apart. Like you're not supposed to like be with your same friend group. Like that's not how it's supposed to happen. That's how I feel. I feel like everybody that is in my circle now, if they not leveling up or getting better, we not gonna be here forever. Like it's just not how it's gonna be forever.
We here forever.
Or it's gonna be we stuck.
I've said that many times before.
It's gonna be you're gonna see how it's like, because even like there's people who you friends with and they have babies. Then once they have babies, you automatically see it's over. Like it's a whole new. You're not a mom. We're not really having time. We don't have the same things to talk about.
Right.
You want to talk about your nigga. I want to talk about my baby's diapers. Like it's really nothing for us to talk about here.
Right. There's a way to find.
Yeah, I don't think that's a reason. Like that comes with the maturity and being able to still find the common ground. Because y'all friends outside of niggas. If y'all only friends because y'all can talk about niggas, then you're not really friends.
Yeah, y'all not really
friends. So I had a group of friends when I first moved to Long Island. And we were no, this is a good story. Chill out. And a couple of them had kids. Shout out to y'all. I love y'all. And I was on a different kind of like level, but I was outside. I was out. They had their kids and shit like that, and we used to be outside too before the kids. So it's like now they can't be outside because they got their kids. So it's like we don't really link up as much because I'm hustling. I'm doing my own shit. I'm outside promoting myself for me. So it's like it's still love, but it's like they still show me love regardless of us not being you feel me? So I get where you coming from with that.
I feel like the only real friendships that's gonna stay is the ones that connect off of like straight like just personality and maturity. And other than that, then no.
When it's real love.
Because me and her we're besties. But
wait, talking about women will meet each other the same day and be like, girl, we besties. You know what I'm saying?
Twin flames.
I can't talk to nobody like that.
But we live like completely 2 different lives. And if we were like only friends because of like, oh, like she want to go out or like I like to do this, then we would not still be friends. Because she's always outside, I'm always.
We gonna call y'all back once one of y'all whoever dropped the baby first and see if the other one.
I do want to ask y'all this real quick because
that's when women find out who their friends are.
For some reason, for the topic of friendship is very like women want to talk about this. Like, you know, why is it so hard for women to keep their friendships? Like, you know what I mean? Well, usually when I meet women, female friendships, because usually when I meet women, when you ask them about their bestie, they just met their bestie probably a couple of years ago. They usually always fall out, you know, with their besties, or they always say, this is why I got more male friends than I do female friends, because bitches be hating, bitches da-da-da-da, like, you know what I'm saying? So
I can't relate to that question.
Me either.
Bitches pick their friends how they pick their guy.
I know you
I
can.
love
That's why I'm
women.
like, you know what I'm saying?
Because
I love
one,
it here.
bitches be weird.
They pick their friends how they pick their guys.
Yes.
Trash. So if you have
Yeah, but you're
trash,
supposed to read
sensitive
energy.
people, then you're just gonna have.
Some
Yeah.
people
That also
need
comes
that.
with
I feel like-
maturity.
Yeah,
though.
I feel like me, I'm very sweet, and I'm I can easily make
You are?
friends. Like
Well,
I'm a
You should have
sweetheart.
led with that.
No,
Not
she
when
really is a
I'm
sweetheart.
aggressive.
Nah, I'm
like,
a gangster.
like-
No, I never said I was a thug. I said
This
I was a
is
little
New York.
aggressive, but I'm really a sweetheart. I'm really a sweetheart. Like any spot I go into,
Nah,
like
I didn't see aggressive out of you. I didn't
you came
believe
in
it.
So you-
like that's why I said I'm a
Late.
little aggressive. Like
When are you aggressive?
if you come at me aggressive.
Oh,
It's a
okay,
switch.
all right, cool.
So that's why I said if a man was to like feel me, like you're not about to tell me what to do. You gotta come to me a certain way for me to okay.
But you made it seem like
Nah,
you was
nah,
going
nah.
in with that attitude.
No. That's why I let me get.
You gotta elaborate.
We're not on that
though.
question no more.
Articulate yourself.
We're not on that
Yeah,
question no
yeah,
more.
yeah.
But anyways, like I was saying, bitches be weird.
Like I was saying.
Yeah, they be tooties. And
What?
What's that?
tooties?
Yeah, so
House.
Okay.
Oh, tooties. She a
In my
bot.
hood, they call thotties.
There's grandma.
Yeah. like personally, me, I feel like I carry my image a certain way.
Mhm.
If you like not moving, like you could be yourself, but just know who you like.
there's no but after you could be yourself.
Yeah,
There's
like
no
you,
but.
No. It can be a but because I feel like you could be yourself, but you should know where to. You need to know where to. how
But
to
but
behave
this
you're
is
in
when
certain
you gotta
places.
be with
thought
friends. You
there was
gotta
no
have women. There is no but. You have
you just said
to
but.
no. I'm trying to explain to the young lady that you have to know who to mesh with.
Nah, I can mess with anybody in this
You
world.
can't
It's just
because you're
different
saying
occasions
if they
that
don't
you can
carry
mess with them
themselves,
with.
if they don't carry themselves a certain way, then that's not good for you. You know what I'm saying? So everybody, that's why if you're this way, you should go with the people who elevate you in that way so that you don't have, this is how people
don't
fall
think
out.
like
Because
that, though.
you try to be with me and I'm outside and you feel some type of way about people being outside. Go be with somebody who's in the house so you don't have nothing to say. So you can't critique me. You know what I mean?
And y'all be petty about little things. Oh, this bitch thinks she better than me. Like, you know
But
what I'm
that's not
saying?
your
Like,
friend.
yo,
That's not your
When
friend
you
if she
move like
think
that,
like
that's not
that.
your
Yeah, if you're in
friend.
competition, like,
Because I literally only have like 4 friends, and that's like my only 4 friends. Like everybody else, yeah, not
The
my
arguments
friends.
I hear women have, she got her nails done, she ain't even call me, she a
That
fake
should
bum
be
bitch.
right.
Like, y'all, I be hearing these crazy arguments. You hear
What's
that?
your zip code?
She's a fake bum bitch.
I'm from Brooklyn.
That's why. That's your problem right there.
And don't let it be a
I'm pretty
birthday. Don't let it be a birthday dinner because y'all. There's always bitch. You could go to her birthday dinner, but you can't go to my birthday. Like end of
Shut
friendship.
up,
Like, you know
Aaron.
what I'm saying? Like, we can get real detail with this
Yeah.
conversation.
That's a good topic though. That's a
Yeah,
good
we-
topic.
Really,
Another thing I
Birthdays
want to
are
add real
touchy.
quick, with friendships, when you could go without talking to this person for a minute,
I need that.
and then when you link back up, it's like
It's like
no
nothing.
time never passed.
Right.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
really important because
That's
that's
like
how
that with all my
animosity
friends.
forms too. Because people think because you're not talking to them, you don't fuck with them no more.
Mhm.
But it's
Yeah.
like I'm just out here doing my thing.
Exactly.
You
So,
might be fucking
facts.
depressed.
your real friends
People-
will understand
yeah.
that.
There's
Yeah.
acquaintances and then there's family. There's
Right.
friends is a gray area because
Mhm.
everybody has their own definition of that.
That's a fact.
But if you're gonna get mad because I can't talk to you for a couple weeks,
Yeah,
that's like
My friends know I be gone.
right.
Listen.
You gotta
I feel
catch
like
me when you catch me.
I don't talk to people.
Listen, we do gotta get up out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yes, sir, yes,
maybe we
sir.
would have had more
Yeah.
time. If people would have came on time, like, you know what
I
I'm
ain't
saying?
pointing no elbows. I ain't pointing no elbows.
Again, let them know where they gonna follow you at.
I was already.
Wait, I
No,
never
it's
told
one
them my
time, one time,
Instagram.
one time.
I never told them my Instagram, so y'all already know is
Pinch your nipples again.
it's _.
Yeah,
So
you just looked in the shirt. You said, go ahead.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Wait, what?
I just said pinch my nipples.
I can say that. Like,
I'm out here rubbing my
I
shit.
thought he was
He said, okay, he's all right.
Nigga horny.
No, I was doing that the whole time when he was waiting
I was popping the shirt. I wasn't popping my nipple.
He was promoting the shirt, y'all.
I'm making you on it.
Again,
we
let them know where they can follow you.
All right,
at
we're
real
gonna
quick.
wrap this up real quick. So y'all already know it's in a love underscore. So ITSANALUVV_. I don't know which camera to look at.
And you said you sing, right?
I sing and rap.
You can sing right now?
Hell yeah. You wanna sing my
Yeah.
He coming over tonight. He gonna eat it all night.
Oh.
These bitches be blowing the sun like we getting dirty. He wanna hurt me, but it ain't working. Cause I be working. All right,
Nah, dog.
Toxic Alan, all single.
Don't get effed up in your own podcast. Don't do that. Don't do that. You damn narcissist.
I'll fuck with y'all. Again, let them know where they can follow you as well.
My name is Zenith. Once again, you can follow me at ZEENA. Wait, that is my IG, right? Okay, ZENATH.JPEG.
Follow
Follow.
your new single.
Right, guys, listen out for Vibey. Hit the link tree in my bio. It's on Apple Music, right?
Woo woo.
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
He ain't get no
Everywhere.
pussy. He talked to you nicely, right?
right.
Shit. I got more pussy when I didn't talk nicely, but
That's another conversation.
we don't have enough time.
Jesus.
Hey y'all, it's Gabby again. You can follow me at GABBAY_. Later.
Hey.
Over there looking like
Guys.
Gabrielle Union. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
So I'm Esme ESMY_V.
And I want to say I especially appreciate all y'all, but you being an older woman, setting it straight. It's different from hearing it from a woman. You know what I'm saying? So I do appreciate you.
So what am I?
Appreciate
Mama
that.
Bear.
Who do you think I am?
Ladies.
She told me her age and she told me her age. So when she heard something, she did say whether it was right or wrong. That's why I do appreciate that. You know what I'm saying?
It's just different views. That's
and
it.
she held women accountable as well, which we always appreciate.
Yes.
We appreciate that. We appreciate that.
Listen, man, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already subscribed.
Yes,
Join the
sir.
membership, man, because we're
Go
gonna have
green,
some exclusive content, you know what I mean? And DailyRapUpCrew.co. Like,
Hello.
appreciate
Pinch them
y'all.
nipples. Pinch them nipples.
Now you're always gonna
You
remember
doing your
that.
sassy shit today, my boy. Right?